Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Bricks. This is episode 75. We're going to be building creator sets tonight. I actually am moving a lot of my stuff from a storage to a new commercial building. And so basically, I've got space now to play with for whatnot. So I'm going to build some sets. That's just my calendar I use. I did have a decent bowling night last night. 246, 247, and then kind of had a bad last game, 166. Did manage to eke out, a score in the paper, so that's always a good thing. We did end up in the bowling part of the paper, so I think basically what I was going to build tonight was cars. So I brought a bunch of the little car stuff, from the creator. I got like this guy, I got this guy, I got a couple small ones, got that one, got this one, just because I think one of the guys in Calwug, Dwayne Hess, took a lot of these cars and augmented them and made them, seat minifigs. They were really cool, so I'm going to build some of these tonight. Meanwhile, let me actually kind of get some of this stuff. It's actually getting kind of cold here tonight, too. Kind of weird about that. Kind of wild. Hoping one of my co-workers, Drew, was stuck out on I-39 earlier because of a crash. I don't know if he's still out there. If he is, hopefully he'll tune in and watch some Lego building. So So we're gonna start with this guy. We're gonna build. I'm probably gonna build the car. So we're gonna go ahead, and since we're not doing a draft for this thing, we're gonna open it just gonna open it this way. And this one, I can't remember if I've actually got one built or not. But a lot of the stuff is stuff that I'm actually going to utilize in a city setup at some point in the near future. I do have pictures, obviously, of. So I mean, for a city, this is the new setup of all my city sets. These are all sealed city sets at my new storage. So pretty cool. So I mean, obviously, I need to start building a city. I do have a castle, so probably build some town stuff eventually too. I think what would be kind of cool is eventually it'll be something where, okay, I got to figure out which one is which. That's the truck, okay. I only see 2 books. So I'm guessing something else must be in one of the other ones. So the ultimate goal would be to have a nice city at some point. It'd be kind of cool if I could, I am hoping my friend John comes back to the world of Lego, because basically every castle's got a town. Every city, every city's a city. It'd be kind of cool to build in a way that you could actually have it where, let's say I have a town for my castle, maybe outside the castle, have something go through time, to where in the future it shows, maybe the futurist town, and then have the old castle type kind of thing. So I guess it'd be interesting to see. That's why, I mean, it'd be kind of cool if, anybody who's building city and stuff, always remember you can always implement all kinds of neat things to make it all work. So not sure who's going to be joining me tonight. I'm guessing Kevin is setting up he's probably setting up Comic-Con for kids, as I'm guessing. would be my guess. I don't know if he even had a stream this morning. I didn't see one early. So I'm not sure who'll jump in. I mean, I was hoping maybe some of the people from Colorado would jump in. I mean, they got snow out there. At least they did yesterday. I don't know if they still do today, but I mean, that would obviously be, you know, perfect candidates to be jumping in here if they're kind of stuck dealing with snow. Maybe, you know, once the snow comes, it's always a good time to move indoors for a lot of these kind of activities. You know, that's, you know, what I always thought anyways. You know, it's nice to be able to build fun stuff. So we're gonna build the car. So this should be entertaining. So, oh, actually, there's more to this. So we gotta put the. Wondering if that's. I guess it won't matter. I guess they're both like a silver. So we're actually gonna. So we're just following the instructions. So, but yes, so I have been moving stuff from one facility to the next. It is quite entertaining, but it also is kind of a pain because I do have a lot of stuff. Luckily, I'm not boxing a lot of it again, so a lot of it's not getting. Some of it is. Some of it's getting kind of boxed a little bit. Some of the smaller sets and whatnot. I will eventually have a bunch of that stuff listed on Craigslist or whatnot for sale. For anybody who is kind of looking for sets. So probably Star Wars and stuff. Most likely probably won't be much in the way of city. Unless I have duplicates that I want to liquidate. But we'll see. So I definitely have Star Wars, you know, probably some of the old Toy Story sets. Just because, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff open and stuff. So, and so, yes, it looks like, if everybody's wondering where Mr. Hinkle is, he is at the Comic-Con for kids. It looks like it looks like he's setting his booth up, or I don't know if he's still setting it up, but there's his booth. So I believe that's in Philadelphia. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, you might want to stop in and see Mr. Hinkle, check out some of his artwork. Who knows? Maybe you can even buy some of it, add some to your personal collection. Let's see here. So, building a car. Sure, and that or I'm competing against maybe all the Friday night football tonight. You know, it is. So this is kind of based upon, you know. Oh, and then of course that didn't go where it was supposed to go. It was kind of nice lining it up, and it automatically jumped where it wanted to go, even though I didn't. Ah. And all the small pieces are right here by the instruction manual, which is bad. So you just clip the instruction manual and everything goes flying. So we'll see here. So I'm just going to build a little bit. Hey, Dude Jude, how's it going? So building a car, I'm building this car tonight right now. So I'm building. See, and if I can just bring it in there, it almost looks like it's life size, you know. So that is what I am going to build this evening. And the goal is obviously to have some fun, build some stuff. Do have a WSLUG meeting this weekend too. So we'll have that this weekend. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have a lot planned other than probably just continuing the move. I moved a bunch of bins the other day. Actually, I did take a picture, you know, for all the people that like, you know, Western stuff, you know, in terms of the brown. There's some of my brown there. Those are, and those bins are like big bins. Those are like, you know, paper size bins. And so basically, someone's sending a text. So got a bin of 1x2, 1x4, the panels, and then of course another bag of probably the dark brown 1x4s, 1x2s. And you actually can kind of see just by that picture alone that there is a, I don't know if it works as good on the TV as it does, you know, in person, but they are dark and they are different, which is kind of cool. So it's nice to have a little bit of both colors. In case Kevin decides to do another Western town in the future, I'm hoping he will recruit me for some of the building. I am planning on building a fort at some point. I'll be building a we'll be building one of the forts here in Wisconsin. I think it's one of the last forts in Wisconsin. And I mean, obviously, I have the brown to do it. I just got to figure out the scale. But I mean, obviously, my first town might not be on Mills, because obviously, I'm probably going to start building a town as soon as I get everything in here into my new unit. I might stream over there. We'll see. The kicker with that is I do need to have internet over there. Actually, I've been going through my usage of stuff lately, which is pretty bad. So, and I got the warning like once, and I got the warning again, and I'm like, oh man. So, yeah. So I need to kind of conserve my data on my phone, which means I'm probably gonna have to figure out what to do. I'll probably maybe at some point get. Uh-oh, I missed a step. Okay, so let's see this guy. So, because I'd like to stream from out there. I think it'd be a lot cooler to be out actually in the building while streaming. I did come across somebody that actually is in one of the other units, or one of the other people there owns a company out there, and he actually had picked up something recently on Craigslist. Because actually, when I showed up the one time, I had all my Lego bags that had clothes in them. And so they were in the back of the van. I opened up the hatch, and the guy's like, oh, is that all Lego? And I'm like, no, those are full of clothes, but I do have Lego in here. And he's like, can I borrow you for 5 minutes? And so he borrowed me for a few minutes. I walked him into the new unit, and he, I think, about had a heart attack. So I think I jokingly said I probably have one of the largest collections in Madison right now, which it definitely in sealed sets is probably definitely the case. And then where did my piece go? And so obviously he had acquired some stuff that he was curious to know if it was of value. He had some Star Wars stuff or whatnot. So I'm guessing he will eventually try to liquidate those. And I think I'll probably help him, at least let him know what's of value. And that'll probably be after I get in and get everything moved. So that's going to be a task. Obviously, I'm 11 days into the month. I got, 19 or 20 left. So I'm going to have to definitely do a fair amount of moving pretty quickly here and just get stuff done. Once it's in, then there's a lot more time to do stuff. So that's kind of the goal. I need to get. I might have to do the patron stuff for some of the guys that are doing music on the internet and have some music playing in the background here eventually. I don't right now, but I probably should in the future, especially if I don't have very many people in here that are keeping everything going. So let's see what we got. Gotta put the stick shift in the car here, I guess. What we got here? Yes, you do need your stick shift, I guess. Change some plates. Interesting. Fun here. don't know if it'll be a good car for ice bears, but it might be a good car for standard figs, I suppose. Whatever a standard fig may be, but you know, hey. Definitely, there's some definitely good stuff out there these days. I have been kind of paying attention a little bit too to the different fan sites. There's always good stuff going on. I try to keep an eye on just some of the different things that are out there. Plus, I have a Pinterest type setup too. So, I mean, I get a lot of links for neat stuff that's going on. So that's always neat just to see all the different creations out there. I try to make sure I'm up on the up and up on some of the castle stuff that's out there. So so we'll see how long we last tonight. I mean, obviously I'm a little tired. I actually went out to my storage. I did end up sitting down and kind of taking a little bit of a nap, but I don't think it was anywhere near long enough. So we'll see how well the body does. Probably need to start taking some naps on Friday, maybe, just to make the long stream. Maybe some root beer with bite might help. Maybe the bite might help me stay more awake, I guess. Maybe we'll see. We're gonna have to put those in there for the taillights, I guess. I definitely do need to build a lot more these days. That's kind of one of the goals, is I do want to start building more. And that's kind of why I'm kind of building these. I mean, obviously I should have a spot to put stuff, anything I plan on using again, like some of the vehicles and stuff. We'll have to, we'll probably stay together. Any of the other stuff might get taken apart and put into the collection. If I have a city, hey, I'm Lego. If I'm going to have a city, the vehicles probably will end up in the city. So that's kind of the goal. So, I mean, I've had cities in the past. It has been many, many, many years since I've had a city of any kind of major size. So we'll see. This one definitely has some cool yellow headlight bricks. People are always looking for different items that have good use to them, and headlight bricks are one of those. They're always a popular. I mean, I do use a lot of the clear headlight bricks for the texturing and such in the castle, so I do use a fair amount of those. From that standpoint, I mean, they're neat. They'll keep some of it recessed, which is always nice. So, I got some clear ones I got to put on here. Those are a little lower, okay. So fun. So here we go. We got, car's coming along. Car is coming along slowly. I am going to probably yawn a little bit. I probably am a little more tired than I usually am. I end up having to run another errand for work at the end of my shift. So I believe one of my coworkers is finally getting close to being where he needs to be at. I guess there was an accident out on one of the Is there nothing in there? Is there just a gap there? That seems pretty weird. Yeah, I guess there is. Okay. Good to know. Have a long piece for somewhere. Oh. There we go. So, what else is everybody up to tonight? Everybody building or sorting or anything exciting? Oh, that's the wrong size. Could do that, but it probably wouldn't work the way it's supposed to. Huh. Plates just go out into the lava land, I guess. Interesting. Okay. Being supported by just one plate here, that's going to be interesting. We'll see how well that works. Oh, yeah, put the headrest. Those are, I guess, were part of the last step that I didn't do. So what's everybody working on tonight? You guys in the chat, what's everybody working on? Working on any building, some sorting? The goal is to obviously keep you entertained while you're working on it. That's the key, or at least, guess have something to listen to. And like, I mean, it's obviously a little slow. Thinking about building something. Well, just make sure it doesn't hurt your thought process too much, thinking really hard about building something. Don't think too hard. We do not want you hurting yourself. That could be bad. Ooh, wow. Oh, man. Nothing to build. Hey, Red Brick Dad, how's it going? Let me guess. I sent out a bad email again without your invite. I bet. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? Let's take a look here and see. One of these weeks, I will get it back working again. Possibly. I'm just gonna go with possibly. So now one of my coworkers just stuck behind the crash out on I-39 tonight, so I think he's finally moving again. Oh, let's see what we're doing here. Uh-oh. I guess I got to stop talking bad about Jesse now. So if anybody was thinking about saying anything bad about Jesse, better not now. He's here now. So how is Jesse tonight?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. It said my video failed. My video failed to load, it said. So let me try again.
Oh. Or was it that you just didn't want to talk to us tonight?
Yeah.
That stubborn video, it just, sometimes just has a mind of its own. See, I hate when I do that. Let's just sling the instruction manual by accident and sling parts everywhere. I will be happy when I get a lot of this moved. Storage. I'm hoping there's no build event this week. That way, we don't have to lose to Jesse again.
All right. How's that?
There you go.
You got video now? Yes.
Yeah, I see something gray. I don't know if that's supposed to be gray or whatnot, but
It is. Got a big gray base plate.
yeah. And what are you building on that big gray base plate?
I figured I'd do some Halloween themed stuff. I'm gonna try to make some. I'm gonna try to make some headstones for a cemetery or something.
So what's that gray thing right there? Is that maybe the sidewalk around the cemetery, maybe?
Yeah. So I had actually started this a while ago. I might rip this up and redo it. I started this before I started the cast, and once I started making this, I really got into, well, I can just do the castle one. This got pushed way to the side and ended up scrounging a bunch of parts from it. So it was going to be like a haunted house theme thing, but I think I'm just going to make a cemetery out of it. Maybe keep a little bit of a sidewalk around it, but have it gated.
Yep. Don't forget those special gravestones.
Yeah. I was thinking of almost doing like a Mills on it and possibly have like a open gravestone.
I don't know if you caught that, but the real special gravestones for the ones that say, "Here lie the people who couldn't keep their hands away from the mocks." Or better yet, "Here lies your hands." And when somebody asks about that, you go, "Well, if you reach into my mock, that's where your hands will end up."
Yep.
And if you don't reach into my mock, then those won't be your hands that will be there. They'll be somebody else's. At least until we get that force field that, that Technic force field that will protect, our layouts and such.
Right. Yeah, I've been working on that too.
It's not a very sturdy connection. Just do not push on the T part of the T-tops, or it will not work.
So where is everybody?
Well, Kevin is at Comic-Con for Kids. I showed his booth just a while ago, so he is setting up. Let's see here. We'll show it again. So there's Kevin's booth.
Nice.
So that's where he's at. Not sure everybody else is. I'm guessing everybody else is at a high school football game, I'm guessing, This Friday night, And since I don't have the following that, high school football does, well, I lose out.
Yeah, you're more entertaining than high school football, in my opinion.
Unless, of course, it could be the other possibility that there is someone else maybe streaming concurrently with us.
That could be true.
Brooke Smith team streamed a couple hours ago, but
Yeah, I saw that too.
yeah, it doesn't look like it. I don't know. It's a good question. That or everybody forgot it's Friday.
It happens.
Even though they got paycheck today and everything else, they still forgot that was, a major item of Friday.
Sometimes I just really need to take a Friday afternoon nap.
I wish I had gotten one today.
Yeah.
I need one.
Yeah.
I could take a snooze right now, and we could just make it.
Yeah, I heard you yawning.
Make it a snore vibe, like a snore vibe type thing. These gull-wing doors definitely aren't very strong.
What are you making over there?
A car. A sports car. Yeah, the yellow one. This guy.
Oh.
As I would say to everybody, the true width of a real Lego car.
Is it 8 stud wide?
Yep. Because everything else just isn't good enough. Besides, most of the cars I know of seat at least 2 people across. So, that being said, you're going to want a car that seats at least 2 people.
That is true.
Side by side, of course. Did you see my picture earlier of my city sets?
I did not.
Yeah, so I'm, I don't know if I have enough city sets.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I might need a couple more.
Actually, there are a few more that's not part of that picture yet. So, but yeah, pretty crazy. Oh wow, that is just. That's really built very well. just so long as you don't crash your car too much, that configuration might be okay. Oh wait, why don't we do that sooner? Let's see if it'll see if that holds it together better. Maybe, we'll see. Oh, and wheels. Dun dun dun. I might have a car. I might have a car. Now the kicker is, what kind of fig can fit in this car? Technically, can I even get a fig in that car? Sorry, dude, you have to leave your football behind. Let's see if we can get in the car. Oh man.
So I'm fairly satisfied with my level of sorting at the moment. I still got a lot to sort, but I made
Yeah.
always sorting, right? Forever.
So
But
this guy doesn't fit a guy very well. That's pretty bad.
I did make a big dent in what needed to be sorted, so it's been quite satisfying.
That's the one thing I am looking forward to doing is sorting, which sounds pretty scary, but in actuality, I am looking forward to sorting. So there we go. There's our car. Of course, it doesn't. Of course, it doesn't seat minifigs very well, which is kind of disappointing. We'll do a Kevin. We'll make sure we shoot a picture of our thing. Let's make sure we put a brick separator in there for scale. Oh, dropped my book. We'll do the brick separator. We'll make sure we put the root beer in there too. It's got to have that root beer. Root beer for scale. Keyboard for color. Oh, Dude Jude's building a Batmobile. I probably should, actually what I should be doing is finishing my mixer that I started a couple weeks ago that has not been finished yet. Just sitting around here somewhere. That's me. Start something but don't finish it.
Oh yeah. I got so many like half-finished projects laying around. This being one of them. And trying to make
I have a lot of half-finished ones. I probably have just a lot of ones that probably. I mean, I might have started some at one point for whatever reason, and then just couldn't finish them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Well, that or like with my stream, I couldn't finish. That or I couldn't finish it during my stream, and so the topic I started building something else the next stream, so the first one never finished.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll build a green one. Did you get anything on the last? Did you do anything in the last? What do you call it? Incentive draft?
Oh, the draft? No, I did not. I didn't have enough points to get anything really significant.
Nothing exciting, huh?
Yeah, nothing really. I mean, there wasn't anything there that I
had to have.
Really needed. It was like the stuff that I really wanted. I needed a few more points.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing something for the meeting. I was thinking I should do a little thing for the meeting about Lego addiction.
Yeah.
Then you know you have an addiction when Lego comes before food. So once you move far enough away from a Lego store, now you can put food back above Lego, even though it might still only be the ramen noodles. You can put it back in front. You know?
Oh yeah.
It is pretty
in the long run, it can be worth it.
I mean, it is pretty slow tonight. I wonder if everybody is like out shoveling snow, maybe, perhaps,
It's not that bad out.
I know I wouldn't be doing anything outside here in Wisconsin. It's freaking cold out there.
Yeah, it definitely temperature definitely dropped quite a bit.
I'll be missing a piece. Oh, there it is in the box. The one place I forgot to look. So, yeah. So, yeah, so I think I did the eagle. I got those eagles from Angry Birds, the big ones, and then I did.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I think I did some more white brick.
How many of those eagles did you get? I saw you had a couple of them.
I think I got all of them. So probably like 5 or 6.
Oh wow, yeah.
Lots of guards for the castle. They're gonna peck you to death, bro. Be careful. Holding the underside of the car here, it looks like. Hopefully, maybe it's the rust-proofing plates, maybe.
Yeah, speaking of cars and incentive draft, I really want that Mustang. And I think that was like 150 points or something like that. And I think I had like 80 or 75 or something like that. So
Yeah, that's about where I was. I think I'm
Yeah.
down to 60 something now, I think.
So I'll have enough by the next time.
Yeah, I think we got. Don't we have? We got a couple sets or a couple shows coming up.
Yeah, we got one couple weeks.
I'm almost tempted to go to the Sheboygan show just because of the size of the venue.
Yeah.
I do have most of the castle stuff packed up. I could take it again. Not the whole castle. I don't think I'd want to take that for 2 hours of tear down. I guess I could take it and just not do as much styling, but set it all up. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Probably need to I need to save money for the train show anyway, so I need to I need to figure out who's going to that. If there's anybody going from Madison that's going to that show, and if anybody wants to be roomies, I guess, for the weekend, I guess. So
which car are you building now?
I'm building this one actually was part of our I think there were some of these in the incentive also. I tossed around thinking about getting it, and I was like, no, I don't probably need that. Looks a little. I looked at it a little bit more in depth. I'm like, wow, it looks a little boxy. I don't know if I really need that. So just building some of these because the cars and stuff are something like I probably wouldn't get rid of. I do have a bunch of the planes though, like the red plane. I have a bunch. I think I have 5 of that one.
The big one?
No.
Or the smaller 3-in-1. Because there's a bigger Technic one that's red.
No, it's not Technic. It's it's a city. It's a creator set.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It's like a 3-in-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thought I took a picture of it. It's gonna be hard to see. I can't remember what the set number was, but it was like the One of the small. They haven't done very many really decent planes. This was a kind of good one, so I picked up a bunch when Walmart started to liquidate them. I picked up a bunch. Did that wrong. Made a mistake. So yeah, I actually did find a bunch of my like camping set, like the one with the. This is maybe the blue car, maybe. One of the camping ones with the blue car. I think I have 8 of those.
Oh wow.
I do have lots of camping stuff. I did pick up a fair amount of those, thinking I would maybe want to do a campground. I know Richard Gladder's already done one in Arklug. And so
It'd be cool. Like, is it come with like those tents, like the?
No, let me see. Let me see if I can find which one I'm thinking about. Let's refresh this. Make sure nobody's streaming against me. Oh, except I'm probably going to lose the shows I wanted to see. Oh, no. Well, yeah. Oh, well. Okay. Let's see here. On the brick set. Because that's always a great place to go when you're looking to see what you own. Let's see. I wonder if I can do theme here. Boom, 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 boom. Wait for the computer's theme. City. And let's see here. We're going to go ahead and share. I think I'm sharing. Maybe.
It says you started screen sharing. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So here's my city stuff. Should have got more of the tank truck. Didn't get enough of that. And the city trucks, I think I had more than 2 at once, but I built them both, and so it's just sad. I wish I had more of those.
Telephone.
I don't know if my mom's back or not. Hold on. Must be. What did I just step on? Well, I just stepped on my box of sweets. There we go. Just crushed the end. These are kind of cool. These police motorcycles, 7235.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 10 of those. I missed some of these small sets that they had. These were all pretty cool, and they don't do the small ones like they used to, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
The fire helicopter was cool. These prisoner transports. I mean, I don't know if they.
I remember the brush, the street sweeper.
Yeah, I think I got one of those. And it's a damaged box one, so it's in pretty horrific shape. Like the police dog unit and a couple of these. When I first went to visit Kevin out at corporate, when I helped him move back in, I don't know, what was it, 2012 or something? They had all kinds of clearance stuff. And I mean, the sales there were freaking insane. So, I mean, I got a bunch of those. The Farmer with Pig, I got a couple of those. They do have some old farming stuff. They haven't done farming in forever. So it's like, it's crazy. See here, where is this one I'm looking for? Toys R Us trucks are kind of cool. I got 4.
Oh, wow. That'd be cool. Especially now.
I don't know if I have 4 still. Let me look at it and see. Did I move 4? Let's see here. We got 1 assembled. Yeah, I do have 1 assembled. I had 3. Okay, so I still have 4. These were cool. These heavy loaders. This guy, the bridge thing.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, see, the last time they had those bridge sections, they were in orange because they were part of the one of the platform.
I was gonna say I've never seen that. like any of those.
Yeah, they did a Coast Guard platform. Let's see if it's what number was it? Was it back up here? I thought I saw it. They did a Coast Guard platform at one point early when we got into Lego, back into Lego building.
I think I just saw it.
No, oh here it is. Yeah, the Coast Guard
Yeah.
platform. So this one had 2 orange ones, which were cool, but not as cool as gray ones.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, and
For
then
the,
this
like, the
this
face-
predates the hospital. This was the urgent care per se. I got one of those, and those were kind of cool before they brought the hospital out, which I still don't have yet, and I bet it's already been retired, so I have to hunt. Which kind of sucks. That's why I need to sell stuff so I get, capital for the stuff I really want, that I still want, that's kind of
Yeah.
disappearing fast. The level crossings, I still have a couple of those sealed. I think I have one open, and I think I have 2 sealed of these. They don't do that either. I mean, I don't even remember, have they done a train station in a while? I mean, I haven't really been in a store, so I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really divulged in the whole Lego train world yet.
you know
I would
what?
like to. I've always
Oh.
been into trains. I had a bunch of HO scale like trains when I was growing up too. And
So this tanker truck was cool too, and I only bought one of this guy. I wish I bought more of those, the small one.
oh, yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Got a bunch of Arctic stuff. I redid the camper van.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
And I got 2 of that one. Let's see here. Where is the one I'm looking for? Snowplow truck was pretty cool. Let's see here. This one right here, van and caravan. This is the one I have 8 of.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna have to do a camping scene at some point. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I got a fair amount of stuff. I mean, I got a couple of the volcano bases. Got a police station. Oh, that was the one I won this playing bingo at Brick Fair, New England. And I mean, I screamed bingo, and they're like, "Whoa, somebody with some energy!" I mean, I belched it. Bingo! And then I saw what I won. I was like, "Well, good thing I yelled, because it's a worthy of a good yell." A couple of the new fishing boat. I did picked up one of those. I got a smashed one. Might have to pick up a couple more of these guys. There was one in the incentive. I should have probably got it. I did.
Oh yeah. I like the net.
The what?
The net. Like the
Oh, yeah.
bug net.
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat piece.
See, this I thought was the start of a frickin', another set of farming, and all they do is bring us this. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on. Yeah. I mean, I got a fair amount of city. That's definitely the case. The garbage truck. I mean, I think I got one of those. That was a good garbage truck.
That was all right. Yeah.
They've done some neat things. It's just, I mean, and I just can't. I couldn't keep pace with all the stuff that kept coming out. It's just.
Yeah, they
Just-
really once they came out of the dark age, they really started. Oh, the auto transport. I got one of those too.
Which one?
The auto transport. The last page you're on.
Let's see. We'll go back.
I was gonna
Oh
talk
yeah.
about-
You know what? I
Yeah,
have
right
one of
there.
those.
I don't know if I have the cars, but I had like the whole set.
I have the set, but I don't have the stickers. The stickers are missing, but I was like, I'll buy it. It was like a return. Somebody returned it because it was missing the stickers. I was like, well, I'll buy it. Stickers are stickers. I mean, I could probably find the stickers online dirt cheap or somehow make them. So, I mean, the airport fire truck was always pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I have one. I mean, I'd probably buy another one if I could find one, like maybe used. I might eventually, but we'll see. Because I do have a bunch of airport scenes. So I got a bunch of the cargo planes and stuff. So I got like the passenger plane. I should have one built and one sealed, I think. I think if this thing will open up.
The Lego City truck is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done anything like that as a repeat recently, you know?
Yeah, the big Lego logos on it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
And all the little sets. That's really cool.
Well, what's funny is they do have the Lego stores. They keep doing all these promo Lego stores. I mean,
Yeah.
this would be a set that would make sense coming back. Now, granted, they could do it. The year to do it would be next year because it'd be a 10-year since the last one, like the 10-year anniversary of the.
Yeah, and that's usually when they do, like, they like to come back out with things.
You know, I mean, because that's pretty cool. Or if nothing else, make a truck for like the European toy stores that are still going, the Hamleys or something. Do a Hamley truck, and then just make sure it's available in the U.S. I mean, with maybe alternate Lego stickers, and you could do
Sure. Or even like
that.
a little like a Ford Transit, like little panel van or something with like that little logo on it or something like a.
Well, yeah, they could
almost
do
like a FedEx truck kind of even.
Yeah, I mean, I like the semi trucks though. I mean, it's good to have that.
It is nice.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they could take it and maybe make it 8 wide. I guess it is no, it's 6 wide. Maybe make it a little bit. Actually, it's 8 wide, kind of with the wheel wells, but
yeah,
make it 8 wide or something. Except it won't. I mean, 8 wide might be too big for most of their stuff, but we're trying it. I mean, they do in the Expert. You know, they did do the big one in the big truck in Technic, but that was too big. So these guys, I got a bunch when they were all damaged. These powerboat transporters. So it's got a neat boat hull and stuff like that. And there was a fair amount of good city sets. I think I still have one of these sealed. I traded somebody who I used to work with the Lego store, so I got 2 of these built and then 1 sealed.
That's cool.
I don't remember what I traded him though. Probably some CMFs and some other stuff, probably, or something. I probably had something he wanted that I didn't necessarily need. I mean, I passed on some good stuff. I mean, the City Garage, I think I've got 1 of these, maybe because it was built. When was that? 09. Maybe because it was built it as a display. I built it for the display, and I got it when it was done. That's the only reason I kind of got it. It was probably hefty pricing when I first was out there, because some of the stuff was just, once I started working for Lego, then I couldn't really afford a lot of stuff early on because then I was back I wasn't making enough money. So, I mean, they definitely have had some really good sets, you know, and then it's funny because then they keep repeating stuff these days and you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You know, how many times can you go back to Arctic and, you know, and make people sick of it, you know? That's why I keep joking about, you know, farming and stuff. I mean, bring it back, you know. I always make the joke, you know, hey, my minifigs are becoming obese, just like me, because they eat hot dogs and all the stuff that just lends to just crazy body styles.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see one of these days. So. Well, I mean, that's kind of thing. There's always lots of good stuff they could do that could, you know, have kids just going crazy, because the kids would be like, oh, I've never seen that before. You're like, yeah, it hasn't been out in about 10 years or something, you know? And because what they joke, I mean, that's the thing Kevin talks about when he talks about like Star Wars and stuff. The reason they keep coming out more Falcons and stuff is because the kid at 4 years old is too little. And then 4 or 5 years later, when they bring it back again, he's old enough now for that set. And so that's why they keep bringing them back. But the funny thing is they don't do that with other stuff like City. You know, farming has been gone 10 years. Just think of those kids now that if you brought back, be like, oh, great. Now you bring it back after I'm, you know, technically too old for Lego. Appreciate it. Thank you, you know.
Right.
You know, because, I mean, that's why. Why don't you do that more often in City? Bring back all that awesomeness, you know. Kind of crazy. All kind of craziness. Trying to figure out where I'm at here for steps. I look a little lost. So, yeah, because there's lots of good stuff. I mean, that's the problem is, I mean, I keep looking, I got the new catalog and I'm looking at it going, oh man.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah. No, well, I
Yeah.
need that. I need that set for sure. But I mean, I need to start, I mean, I got to figure out how to get rid of some stuff. So I need to talk. I should have messaged Jefferson to see if he's going to be bringing his checkbook to the meeting on Sunday. I got his set somewhere. I got to find those. So, yeah, I'll probably have to.
That one's kind of. I've never been really big into the Christmas sets. Anyway, I mean, there's some cool parts in here.
Well, the thing is, though, I've got all of them. I've got all of them. So
what's with the sparkly trans tile? Or no, those are sideways bricks, like 1x1 bricks, right?
Which one?
So, like the windows. The windows.
Oh.
So they're sparkle trans clear purple and sparkle trans clear pink. There's like,
well, the pink's been around forever,
but with the glitter in it.
The purple hasn't. The pink has. Pink's been around forever. Purple hasn't. But see, now when they bring stuff like that, now I have to make choices for Lug Bulk this year, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, well, I've got 1x1.
I know your ears popped up when I said trans.
I was like, what?
Trans clear what?
Well, I mean, the stag would be kind of cool to see too.
And trans clear purple too, like.
Yeah. Well, the purple. I mean, I have some of the. I have some of the 1x2 and 1x1 trans purple from Lug Bulk a few years back, and those actually I used recently to build. And that's why I should bring it. I actually wonder if I can dig that out before the meeting. I have a clear haunted house somewhere.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out where I did with that. I came across it once before. I don't remember what I did with it. I had it. But I built on the Creations for Charity live stream the one year. I built the haunted house, but I built it with trans purple instead of all the other stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Which haunted house? The goat or the? Because there was the Mystery Mansion. That was the
the actual haunted house, the modular
haunted monsters or whatever.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was really ever truly monsters, but it came out around that time. But it's
No, yeah, that's a really cool set.
Yeah, but it's the modular one that's. I mean, and actually, what's funny is Bricks and Minifigs had one for a while, and I think they just sold it recently. Okay. Oh, that's orange. I was gonna say I don't see that color anywhere. Yeah, this one's kind of a blocky car. Didn't do much for the front. Front they kind of left pretty blocky. The back actually is kind of nice. I like the way the lights are set up in there. Kind of cool. So, you just playing with gray, huh?
Yep.
Trying
to figure out, getting a few different tombstone designs going on and trying to change it up a bit.
Yeah, I definitely think I'm
all the same tombstone, you know.
Should probably bring some of those to the meeting so I can steal the design.
Sure.
Or borrow the design.
Have you seen the pop-up book that just came out from Lego Ideas? So Jason Allman, one of the designers of it, has a an alternate version with a graveyard.
Yeah, I haven't got that set. That's another one that's kind of on my want list, and of course, it might be gone by the time I want it. I actually was looking at it. I think it was on the incentive, and I looked at it like, oh, maybe I should do that. And then,
Well, and I think he actually, when he submitted it to Lego Ideas, it was actually there was like a Tales, from the Crypt kind of
yeah,
theme for one of the things, and I think that was kind of one of the great appeals of the book when it came out too is they give you like two different like scenes that you can build to put in there and change out, but leave it to your imagination. You can make other different pop-up scenes, whatever. And that's what I really like about that was what I always remember from Lego too. It's almost a lot of the older books, they didn't just show you the set, they showed you the set and then, oh, look what else we did with these parts. And they kind of
don't do that as much anymore.
No, yeah, they don't really do that much. That's why I do like the 3-in-1 where it's you kind of get different options.
I seem to have too many pieces left over.
But what I really liked about some of that older stuff is they alluded to, you could do this if you really wanted, or change it up and see what you can come up with that's better than this, or kind of thing. Which now it's just like, oh, look, we made the best thing, and this is what you have. And it's like, yeah.
Well, that's true.
But sometimes it's about inspiring creativity. Pushing boundaries and trying to see what else you can come up with. So.
There's an alternative model. Maybe that's for those because I don't remember. No, we'll just throw those in because I don't know what those are for, but that's okay. It's good enough. It's done. So we'll do another cabin, actually car, instructions, brick separator. You see the massive Death Star somebody built that was on Pinterest?
I saw. Well,
that's like I think that's the set Falcon, the small one.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh god, that's insane.
Well, I saw there was a big one at Brick World.
Yeah,
which is quite impressive. And I saw somebody was also starting to build another larger one, but probably not that big.
Well, I think Brothers Brick had something about about like a giant Falcon, huge Falcon, 75,000 pieces or something recently too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. I like the Death Stars at BrickCon. You see all the different themed Death Stars at BrickCon?
I've seen a couple. I really like I've seen quite a few different themed Millennium Falcons, like steampunk and Lego Friends theme. Some of them just crack me up, like it's like, god damn it. It's good, but god damn it. Lego Friends, like Millennium Falcon, really? but it's just really well done. It's like you can't get mad at it, right?
Well, Beyond the Brick, maybe, and you know what? Maybe it's not in the. Maybe it's on their Instagram or something. They actually had. Where did I see that? Maybe it was Twitter. Somebody had built different, the standard Death Star, but had built different themed ones, and they all spun, which was pretty wild. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I saw it and I was like, oh, I want to build a clear one now for translucent.
Of course you do.
Oh, here it is. Wait, hold on. What is this? This is Twitter. Let me see if I can even log into my Twitter.
You find that? I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Well, we're trying something here to see if I can. I don't know why I can't get this to work. Oh.
All right.
Oh, we're gonna try something. I'm trying to get into it, and I found my password. It's a crazy one. So
Password is password.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I hope. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Share. Okay. Why can't I see? I want to see all their stuff. There we go. Okay. We're almost there because I remember it coming up here. Right about here. Here you go. Uh-oh. Police Death Star, Gold Death Star. Simpsons.
Nice.
And then I think the next one is I think it's Lego Movie, where it's themed. I mean, maybe CMFs, maybe. I can't think. I think it's Lego Movie, and then that one's like Hoth, a Hoth Death Star. I'm like, wow.
Sure, yeah.
No. And of course, Minecraft.
Yeah.
I was like, I says that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not to mention each Death Star is probably going to take, I mean, just building the standard one's going to take you 10 plus hours.
Oh, yeah.
Custom one, you're talking just crazy.
And
amount.
they're, what, like 4,000 parts or so, I think, 3,500, something like that, for the Death Star. Yeah, because I have that same one, like the original.
Yeah, I've got it too. So I mean, I've got the one before the current one because I
that's
actually
the one I have too.
Because I bought it right before it was going to retire. So he's like, "Oh, it's going to retire." I'm like, "Crap."
Yeah.
Guess I'm buying it. I think it was one of the last couple things I bought with discount at Lego, and I'm like,
oh, that would have been a good idea. You probably
well, yeah, because you're not spending $400. I'm spending half, which is
right. I paid $350 for mine, so.
Oh man, what do I want to build? Make sure more people on. I don't know if I really want to keep building.
Yeah, I would have thought we would have had somebody join in, but
I don't know what's going on. I guess I'm building the futurist car, I guess. Save the big bad red one for last, I guess. I brought the other creator set that's got like the boat, it's like the exotic one or something, I think. So it was like or the tropical. It had like the boat. The boat had like the seaplane with the pontoons on it and stuff. It's an older one. We'll build a futuristic car. So
did I show you that engine that I was building last week?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, see, actually, actually, there was 9 of those themed Death Stars. It was built by 9 different people. So actually, I guess so each person built a different one. So it's probably like a group one.
Yeah,
so whatever the group, probably the group, whatever is up there, and probably up in that area, Seattle or something, Oregon, probably was like, hey, let's build. I mean, I don't even know. Oh, look at that. Mr. Wagner's here.
Indeed, I am.
All right.
How goes it, gentlemen?
Goes.
It's going.
We're here. We don't know why, but we're here. We're here because we can be here, I guess. So what's Kevin up to tonight?
Lego. We're here for Lego video. That's true. Probably. I'm still just sorting out everything from Brick World and previous builds. So I'm still a bit behind on that.
Oh, trust me, I'm way behind in sorting. That's why. That's why once I get somewhat organized, I'll be sorting big time.
Takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's the big project is get some sorting, get done, and all that. So at least get it down, get the first layer done. So take all these bins of stuff. Make sure I, because there was at least one Kids Fest I went to in like Cincinnati where I bought a bunch of sets. But what I did was I took them out of the boxes and put them in the bag and just left them in the bags and put them in Lego bags and put it into my suitcase. Well, the problem is I got to try and find all those. I got to make sure which ones I have and then make sure I got the instructions and all that for them. I don't want to like part them out into the collection and go, oh crap, I need those pieces for that build or whatever. So that was the one I should have bought. I bought like the Fire Brigade and I should have bought the Imperial Flagship. Oh, I was like, that is really weird. I was like, that step should have come first. I'm like, oh, that's right. Those are L plates. They're not an actual like 4x4 plate. So just sorting, huh? When's the next? What's the next show you guys got going on?
I have nothing soon. I might do Sheboygan, but I don't know if I'll have time for that.
What?
I have nothing soon. I might do the Sheboygan show coming up, I think, in a week and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, but I don't know if I'll have time for that.
I was thinking about that one too. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like they had a lot of space. I was thinking about it. I mean, but the problem is I might pass because I got Train Fest is coming up. So.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So I need to figure out who's going to Milwaukee that wants to be roomies for the weekend or whatever. So I need to figure that out. I got to get a room first real quick here before they're gone, but that or I just drive back to Madison each day, which would probably suck, but
yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, not a whole heck of a lot going on. Obviously one of my nephews just had a birthday and he said he wanted a big Lego set. And I was like, okay. Probably I think I'd give him one of the big Ninjago dragons I have, like the Nindroid or something, pretty good size set. I mean, I think anything. Well, I mean, I guess I could see if I could give him one of my modulars, but I'm really ready.
How old is he?
Huh?
How old?
I don't know.
Approximately.
Let's see here. I think. Let's say maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, then the modulars away. Go with the big dragon.
Yeah, dragon.
Dragon.
What about dragons?
Is it a fire-breathing dragon? Is the question. How good is the fire?
Did I miss any other displayers earlier tonight?
No, it's just been the two of us. That is it. It's been a slow night. I don't know what's going on. Well, Kevin's at Comic-Con for Kids in Philadelphia. No, I don't know if he would pop in or not. I don't know. I know he sent me a picture of the booth. I don't know what time that was. That was 7 o'clock, somewhere in there. So, I mean, which is 8
o'clock here. Or sorry, 6 o'clock here. 6 o'clock here.
Is it? Oh, is it? No, it's only 1 hour, right? So it should be 9. It's like 9:30 there now.
Oh, yeah, that way. Sorry.
Now, I mean, don't confuse me because I came from Mountain Time and I knew it was 2 hours out there because I'd make the mistake every once in a while, like, oh, that's right. You're 2 hours ahead. Crap, and now it's only 1 hour ahead because that was the thing when I started streaming. When I first started, it was like I was in Colorado, and so it was like, okay, this is a little bit different because I mean, I'm so much earlier and everything, and so I tried changing it up a little bit to make it work for more people. I think when I moved it up an hour, I think it actually made it probably worse for the people in the mountain time. But generally, I don't have a lot of those people on the stream, so it's not a total loss right now. And they got a ton of snow, so it's kind of surprised they didn't see more people on tonight. And I don't think there was anything going against me this week. I mean, last week there was, I think Hauling and Balling had a video ahead of time. But I mean, there's nothing going on tonight, so I don't know where everybody is. Everybody's watching college or high school football tonight. Well, I'm actually working on a logo too. I've been working on my logo. I'm taking Adobe Illustrator right now at MATC. And so I've been trying to mess with my logo. And I sent it to Kevin. He goes, less is more. I was like, okay. And it was funny because he goes, less is more. And I'm like, oh, okay. So in other words, I just need to have Chester, I don't know how I described it, but basically dressed as Disco Stew, holding the bricks light, and all that with the hairy chest, hairy chest hair and all that. And he's like, if you want it, and I was hoping he'd laugh. He's like, oh, I can't laugh. I can't laugh at someone else's ideas. Well, humor me. So we shall see. Because I'm guessing that probably would help too. Besides, who knows how long I'll last tonight? I'm getting kind of tired. But yeah, we were showing. I don't know. Did you pop on or right about the time I was showing the Death Stars from BrickCon?
Death Stars from what?
BrickCon. 9 people built themed Death Stars for the.
Oh
BrickCon.
yeah, I saw that on. Was it Beyond the Brick or?
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty awesome. That's after I saw it, I was like, wow, I guess I'll have to build a clear Death Star now. Could be entertaining and tricky, I suppose. Since they really don't make enough parts to really make that an easy task.
Yeah, there's more stuff that's been showing up in clear.
Yeah. Which will definitely make my choices or my choice for lug bulk a little bit more difficult this next year.
I just cooked the mom the top. What? I know.
So what's the next show or the next show the first show next year for you, Kevin?
We might do a Christmas thing at the Wildlife Sanctuary, but otherwise Brick World's my next show in 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I try not to do shows after over the winter because that's when I tend to build. Usually I tear down and I build the first 6 months for Brick World in June. But now with Brick World Milwaukee in April, it's going to be a different situation.
Well, that's true. I mean, it might be something where, hopefully I'll have maybe some new mocks to display for that. Maybe we'll see. I was going to try and build some other stuff too, in addition to just kind of augmenting the castle a little bit. I think this next year might work more on lighting issues and etc. Plus, I mean, I don't know if I really. A double drop. That's even worse. I was thinking I liked the igloos being as elevated as they were, but I mean, I don't know if I really want to rebuild the whole castle to that extent. So I think it's possible the castle might be possibly destroyed at some point. Is what I'm thinking. Some kind of natural disaster like a volcano or something, maybe.
Yeah, I might actually get this. So apparently you have to get this certain game pass to be able to get this box.
Do you have help sorting or is it more of a distraction or is he building?
What was that?
Your help, yeah.
Jacob? Oh, he's building. Yeah, he's always working on something. I think I'm gonna break out a cantina here for him to use. I picked it up for the figures, so I might let him use the pieces. Although the tan will be nice to have.
Oh, is that like the newer cantina or whatever?
Yep. Yeah, the one that just came out last year that comes with Wooher for the first time.
Yeah, I think I might have passed on
Yeah.
that one. I think I passed on that one, but I think I got one of the versions beforehand because I think I just stumbled across it the other day.
It's a decent set. It's a little much for. Like if it would have been a $30 set, I would have finished it up easily. But being a 40, I waited until it was on sale.
Yeah, that's kind of the kicker these days. Is some of them just seem like they're just a little bit pricey for the amount of stuff you get. And so it's a debate on whether or not it's worthy of purchase, I guess, per se.
Yeah, they're getting to the point that a lot of what would have been almost no-brainers in the past, they don't even consider now, unless I can find them on clearance.
And that's the kickers. I mean, nowadays because I don't have discount or anything anymore. So now I'm really kind of looking at stuff, and I mean, that's the same thing. Is they're not building enough stuff to where it's a no-brainer that I have to have it. It's like, well, it's not like I need that set. I mean, there's a few in the catalog I really want. And so I'll probably have to figure out a way to get them by selling some of the older sets. But I mean, nothing has really jumped out to where I absolutely really need to even bypass that thinking and just pick it up. I mean, especially anything of a bigger, more pricier item,
Yep. Yeah.
Treehouse is one of them.
With this new wave, the ATST was the only thing I really wanted and felt I needed to get. The rest of it was. I'm not particularly excited about the new movies, anyways, so that has something to do with it. But I think the Y-wing is the only other set I'm mildly interested in, but I haven't really been buying post-school sets, so hasn't really been a big draw for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of tempted to see how some of the sets are. I think I lost my train of thought. Some of the new sets are good. It's just like you said, it's tough to figure out which ones you definitely need to have. So. Oh, the Treehouse I want at some point.
Oh yeah, Pirate Bay I really want
that one is going to be one I'm going to have to figure out how to do too. Yeah, because Pirate Bay might be something that as soon as now one of the guys at work keeps telling me that they've been advertising Sesame Street to be out by Christmas. Have you been seeing anything like that?
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's a quick time frame, but by the time they're releasing this information, I would assume they're already in production or well into production before they make any of these announcements. So that wouldn't surprise me.
Maybe, I guess. I thought usually in the old days they weren't making them as quick, but maybe they're being a little quicker now. That would suck though, because I'm not really prepared to do the winter sets, the tree house, and the Pirate Bay all like so fast right now. I mean, I can definitely tell you that much.
Yeah, and see, the treehouse is kind of nice, but I'm not really. I'm not picking that one up myself.
Okay, now that just doesn't work. So something is wrong here.
The treehouse I'm happy about for the yellow leaves though, because that'll be my. Well, I'm hoping that's something that's that's just built into our lug boat this year, but we'll see.
Oh, the newer leaves.
The yellow one, since it's the first time we've seen
Oh.
yellow as an option.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, between that, the dark blue from the whatchamacallit set, the brown ones from the Stranger Things set. I mean, there's some nice leaf options this year.
Yeah, and that's the thing is there's always things that are just really good options, and that you gotta figure out how to get it. I mean, hopefully some of it'll maybe even you never know might show up on the wall. I mean, they haven't done much in the way of like big limbs on the pick and build wall in quite some time.
Yeah, they had those sword leaves. I don't know that they've ever done the 5x6 leaves. Do you remember that ever happening?
Well, green, I think. They had the big green ones at one point.
Did they?
Well, a long time ago, I think.
Remember that occurring?
Back early in my career, maybe 2009, 10, or 11, back in that day. I don't think they've had anything like really recent. Maybe I'd have to look. Huh?
Yeah, that would have been before we had a Lego store in Wauwatosa, so I wouldn't have been.
Oh yeah, yeah.
In touch with the wall elements back then.
Yeah. I mean, and that's where a lot of there's a lot of stories Kevin talks about of like the pick-a-brick and stuff, of some of the awesomeness and stuff. Some of that stuff I wasn't around for. I mean, I think he kind of sometimes says, "Oh, you were here for that." I'm like, "No, I don't think I was." So.
Well, how long have you been collecting, Reed?
I've been back collecting since I want to say 2006 or 7. I'm thinking somewhere in there.
That's when you started collecting?
When I restarted. Otherwise I hadn't collected since I was in high school in the 80s, late 80s.
And Jesse, how long have you been collecting?
I started again probably maybe 5 years ago. But got into Lego in late 80s, early 90s. Still have some of that stuff left over, but a lot of it got lost to garage sales and nieces and nephews. And
Yeah, because I was collecting back in this is probably either late 80s, early 90s, when I was trying to find. Well, this had to have been. Yeah, this would have been early 90s probably. So this was when the internet was around, but there really just wasn't any place to buy.
Right.
It was all just sets. You either get the sets or nothing else.
yes, right, exactly.
And then Bricklink came along and changed everything.
Yes.
Well, I think, and that's why the one friend that hasn't really been building lately, that's what I want to tell him, because I think he's always afraid that he's going to have to spend a lot of money. And it's like, Bricklink really wasn't around as much back in the day.
It didn't exist.
Well, no, I think when he first, it's been around for a while.
Wow.
My dad's looking it up.
I can't remember. gotta look. Let's see here.
2000. Bricklink was founded in 2000.
Yeah, so I mean that was like, I mean, I moved to Denver in '99. And I think my friend John here in Madison started saying it about, I don't know, because I came back a couple times back in, I want to say '06 or something. He started saying, hey, dude, there's a Lego store out there somewhere. You got to find it. I'm like, okay. And I mean, and Colorado Mills was a really hard mall to find. I mean, it was squeezed between two highways and stuff. And I just never could find it ever. I'm just like, I don't know. I can't find it. And then, of course, I found it, and we started buying like crazy for a long time. And then Sub-Zero started having issues, and he went cold turkey and hasn't touched them since. So it's kind of. But I mean, in the time frame when he was getting out, that was the time that Bricklink, I think, was really just starting to kind of. I mean, I don't think it had ramped up fully to the point where it is now with the amount of resellers and stuff like that. To the point where he was thinking he needed to do certain tasks. I don't think he realized that it's so much easier nowadays. I mean, it wouldn't require as much as he thinks, and with the amount of pieces I have, he might not really have to look as much as he thinks he has to look. Okay, I missed another step somewhere. Look at there. Uh-oh, we see somebody building.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, he's using my draft, the parts I drafted from the pop-up book. Build his own.
From which one?
The pop-up book.
Oh, okay.
That was a nice draft. There were a lot of good pieces in that set.
It's a great set.
I don't think I've even bought the set yet.
And it's been down. I think it's like $42 on Amazon right now. Pretty.
Oh wow!
Good deal, and it's a great. I mean, it's
It
already
is a
good collection of parts in the first place.
Yeah, and it's a fun set to put together. I got it on our last incentive draft before Brick World, and just the book itself is just really cool, and there's a lot of really nice parts. I was just talking about how Jason Allman, the co-creator of that set, came out with a cemetery build for alternate build for the pop-up portion. Thought that was really cool since it's October and getting close to Halloween. And that also reminds me too. We were talking earlier about alternate build stuff. So Jason Allman is also did the Lego Ideas maze set. I don't know if you recall that one at all. So it's like the maze where you have to rotate it.
It was the marble maze, right?
The marble maze, yeah. And so in that, I think they had a couple different builds that you could swap out. But then he also came up with a bunch of his own that he put on his website that are really, really cool. Like just random stuff that you could build and just pop in and like have different mazes that you could have like built pre-assembled if you had all the parts and stuff, and just swap them all out. It's a really cool way of thinking, about all the other stuff that you could do with just, this one set, that you could buy. You buy the set and use it as a base, and then use it as, has other stuff that you could put in it to make it more playable and stuff, which I really like about that. So.
Oh, Pop's Block Shop's at Brick World Fort Wayne. Oh, I forgot that was going on. Yeah,
That's
cool. Sorry, my chat was hidden for a minute there, for a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Forgot about it. Forgot about the chat.
Hey, Reed, is there a way to show the chat on the app, or do you have to have YouTube up as well?
Not this one. I mean the StreamYard, or everybody's been using, actually throws the chat in there. This one opens up YouTube, so then I just usually pop out the chat when I do it so I can watch it. So,
okay.
But yeah, I mean, each program's got its little quirks that are good. That like the StreamYard has the cool, headlines and cool things that it lets you do. So each one's a little different, So. And this one's kind of cool. I like this. I mean, hopefully we'll get it to the point where we, have more people to where we can really see how much we can really do with it. So, okay, another car bites the dust. There's the futuristic one. Not bad.
Cool.
It works. Let's see if this football player. Some of these with the open cockpits without the hood, they'll actually, people will fit here a little better. You really shouldn't be driving while holding a football, though. That could be bad news. Well, and I dumped all the pieces in there, so I won't be probably building the alternate build because all the pieces are mixed in with all the other pieces, all the extra pieces. It is done for. Oh, man, getting up hurts. Do you build with the Western Palisade bricks at all much, Kevin?
I do a lot with my castle builds. I'll use those often for like log buildings, or if I've got like stables or things like that. I do.
Yeah, there's my some of my brown ones there. Those are the bins that are like the size of a sheet of paper.
Oh, nice.
So I got a bin of 1x2s, 1x4s, the panels, and then of course a bin of the dark brown 1x2, 1x4s.
Yeah.
Well, the other Mr. Hinkle, the Kevin Hinkle, did the that one Western he did years ago, that stop motion, and so plus I liked Western before I really got into Castle, and so I told him, hey, I'll build some buildings, so. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to build some Western that way. Plus, I'm going to building a fort here shortly. So, one of the last forts in Wisconsin. So we'll see how that comes along. We'll build a car. Build another car. So this should be car number 5 tonight. You like that one? There's a nice red sports car.
Nice.
2010. It's an old one.
So what are you building these cars for, Reed?
Huh?
What are you building these cars for?
Probably just because they're. I mean, I need to kind of like do what Kevin says. If I'm gonna really use them in a city eventually, anyways, I need to build them.
Oh, true.
And, I mean, in the car will probably take up less space than the boxes. I can take all and break down the boxes and lay them flat somewhere. I mean, I do have a mezzanine at the new place, so a lot of the boxes and stuff can get laid up there, and as long as they're not too heavy. And I mean, I want to do a city. I mean, so I want to start doing some stuff other than just the castles. So, I mean, I think as they say, cities and stuff help YouTube. So if I can do city updates and stuff, it'll help my probably help me a little bit. So, I mean, I've had cities over time. I just haven't had one in a while. So I keep coming across the pictures here and there. Which is ironic, is one of the first mocks I built was a clear tower. So with lots of window pieces.
Yeah, my first mock ever was a castle, which is appropriate.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously my first ever as a kid would have been a spaceship, but I built I love the 80s space stuff.
God, I can't remember my first mock. Like, there's so many.
I just remember it because I always built space ones. I probably have pictures laying around somewhere, like actual 3.5 by 11 photos. Some of my stuff, I'll have to dig them out when I come across them.
And see, when I first started building, it was town, space, or castle. That was it.
Yeah.
Town and space were not that appealing. It was castle.
Yeah, like Blacktron 2 was really popular, like, and Mtron. And yeah, like Forestman Castle. That was all I was really interested in at the time, honestly.
Well, then all of a sudden Pirates shows up, which is
yeah, and I love Pirates, and then Islanders. Yeah. Yeah, I love the pirate sets. I never was able to have the Black Seas Barracuda when I was a kid, but I have it now. So
Aussie Brick Chicks live from Perth, Australia too. She's doing a small stream right now too. As I clicked into YouTube just to check on something.
yeah. I don't know if it was just because there were less sets at the time, but it felt like the sets back then had so much more personality to them. Like, you look at the 4 first pirate sets, the Black Seas Barracuda, the Eldorado Fortress, I think it was like the Forbidden Island or something, ship, and they were just, every one of those sets was fantastic.
Yeah. I just recently rebuilt the Black Seas Barracuda for, that a friend of mine gave me that he had when he was a kid. I was blown away at how big it was, first of all. And it's not really advanced compared to nowadays building techniques by any means, but there's some really cool, interesting stuff.
And they were
so big,
more playable with at the time.
Absolutely, yeah. And I was saying earlier, they would put in alternate builds in the instructions. The instructions, they were terrible. They're so hard to follow half the time. I would
but-
so much stuff all the time compared to like instructions now, where it's just like almost too
Yeah.
good.
we have 2 pieces per instruction. It's like,
Yeah, and they like spell it out for you. This piece goes here, almost, you know. And
yeah, where you've got a $30 set that has 2 books.
right. Whereas, you know, the Black Seas Barracuda is like, you know, 15 pages of instructions or something like that. But it's like, you know, you like, there's like 20 pieces you have to put on, and like half the time you get half of them in, and then realize, oh,
Wait a
there's
second.
like this whole other section that I totally didn't even see. Like,
Yeah, there is definitely a lot more going back through to figure out where was this piece supposed to go.
yeah, exactly. Which is nice that, you know, they, you know, the instructions now are a lot better. But they don't have like the we're saying like they would in the older sets they would like have all these pictures of alternate builds, but not
Yep.
necessarily give you instructions, just kind of a hint of, oh, look what else you could do.
Well,
That's what made that 6,000 book so good when it was out there too, for all those ideas.
Yep. Well, and I think they used to have the back of the box would have the alternate builds on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Yep.
in some
Yep.
cases instructions. But yeah, the other thing too is just a $100 set will have the same number of pieces technically, but it's so much 1x2s on top of 1x2 plates. It's like all of this tiny little piecework where you're it's so time consuming and monotonous versus before it was a lot more pure brick and large plate. And
Yep.
This was an idea book that I wore out. I wore out my 6,000 book, looking at it over and over and over again. I loved it. Loved the story.
yeah, see, what I loved the most was the layouts they have in their little promotional pamphlets or booklets, where they had everything laid out, like all the castle sets laid out, and you could see it all kind of as one setup, or all the city sets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was great.
Plus, back in the day, in January, I would always try to find a new Lego set somewhere and buy it just to get the catalog and see what new sets were out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they started having some of those posters over the years, and I think I have a bunch in my storage when I dig them out. Within the last 4 or 5 years, they had a bunch of posters they were handing out in the store of like the city. So I have like the construction and all the construction guys working on a brick built city. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to dig those out when I find them. I have a bunch of them because when they got ready to like get rid of them, I'm like, well, I'll take a bunch of them because they're cool for inspiration, you know.
Yeah, at some point, also if I can dig it out, there's a Lego magazine that I've got where they, some of the designers built this enormous castle that is just awesome. It was like 3 feet tall, and it was just very complex and very cool.
You have meetings this week, right?
I think so, yeah.
And that was the kind of thing that really got my imagination going for building bigger castles and stuff. Plus, when All of America first opened, the Lego store there had a big rotating display that had this
We made it better.
essentially
we can make like
all mountain that had a path going all the way up to the top that was all brick built. It was a really cool layout. And then they eventually started switching to just sets in those displays, and now they don't do those anymore.
Yeah.
That was also one of the coolest things I saw when I was younger on the Lego side of things, well beyond the sets themselves.
inspiration is the key. I think what happens now is it's the AFOLs. We've taken over for all those extra ideas on those sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were, I mean, those were pretty phenomenal, and they were large builds. So I don't know.
But for the ones that just, that were just the extra builds in the boxes, it's almost like, it almost just seems like since Lego doesn't do it anymore, they expect people to just get the ideas from the fans. They're doing all this stuff, whether or not we're actually using all the pieces from that set, who cares? It's just, they've got all this other stuff that you can do with your mind. I mean, because maybe it might be the builders don't build as much as they used to. They might have built a lot more of extra models from those pieces, whereas maybe they just don't do that as much as they used to. Who knows?
The thing is, though,
I think it's more.
I got so much inspiration from a lot of that.
Sorry, what was that, Jesse?
I got so much inspiration from a lot of like those castle stuff, like all the sets that they had out, and then they would show them all together in like a big scene. Like that gave me so much inspiration to like build a castle that I built last year. So I don't know. It's tough. I wish there was more inspiration, from Lego with a lot of that kind of stuff.
Well, and I mean, I'd rather have Brick World than have that. If I had to choose, than have that stuff back again. So
that's definitely true. Like, I also got a lot more inspiration from Brick World too. So that was another big inspiration for me, to push to build what I had always dreamed of. So
yeah, that's where I got my castle inspiration, was Brick World. At least to build something bigger,
Yeah.
It's just, you start with one idea, and it's just like you go through many, many, many versions.
And then this on top. And flat here.
That's one thing I'd probably tell kids these days is don't expect the first version to be the final version. You might end up taking it apart half a dozen times before you even get it to the point where you actually even have something you sort of like. Because you can always make changes to it. That's why you don't want to play with that Craggle stuff.
Right.
I know people always ask me that. I'm like, no, because I take it apart. I mean, once you Craggle it, it's permanent. I mean, that's kind of to waste that many pieces is just kind of crazy.
But that doesn't always go good.
That's what you almost need to tell people. I says you can do that, but if suddenly you've wasted, you've suddenly glued 50,000 pieces together, you can't use those again. Now you have to rebuy all 50,000 pieces again. That's gonna be pretty hefty,
Yeah, and there are some builders out there that always keep their builds together indefinitely, and I just
keeps what?
That keep their builds. Once they build something they really like, they keep it together indefinitely. Yeah, that would be so limiting because, like you said, you'd have to be buying new pieces constantly. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Bad enough
So I guess you could build it, take a picture of it, and then
Yep.
have it last that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad enough getting the pieces I need to finish my builds with everything apart.
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the problems with my one friend too, is I think he thought, I think a lot of what I always heard was he said, if I build, I'll have to buy. And I mean, even if that's the case, I mean, nowadays with Bricklink as robust as it is, you might not end up buying as much as you think you need, or you won't be buying as many sets because you can just buy the pieces, and then you don't have to, buy the sets to try and get certain pieces. And that's how I end up with so many sets, is because I was buying sets for pieces.
You can also build with the pieces you've got, which is more difficult than buying the pieces you want to make things work.
And you can build from different sets.
Yes, you can build from different sets.
Well, because I think like the one comment, I think when I said I was going to sell like Star Wars sets, somebody was like, "Wow, oh, but that's where all the good pieces are." I says, and I wanted to say, yeah, but if that set's got 2 of that piece, I mean, I can go to Bricklink and buy 200 of that same piece for a fraction of what that set costs, and get tons of good money on that set, because now the set is older than dirt,
And I would disagree. I don't think the parts, other than the color, the parts for the Star Wars sets aren't particularly like, it's nice if they're black and gray or the earth tones, but the figures are what you get that are harder to find. The pieces are, unless it's
I think that person was talking from the standpoint of using them for, like within a city build, a city setup. And I'm like, well, the problem is you don't really, if that's why you're getting those pieces, I mean, that's kind of a waste unless you want those figs for somewhere within your city, because you're not going to really, you can get those pieces probably for, let's say that Star Wars set was $20 and now it's worth 100. Well, and it only has like 10 of the pieces you want, but you need like 200 of that piece. I mean, well, then why would you hold on to a set that's worth a crap load of money for, a fraction of your pieces, when you can just sell the set and get enough money to pay for all your pieces? And that's what nowadays you can almost do. And that's kind of teaching anybody who's been gone from the hobby for a while. That's what you almost need to teach them, and say, you can do that, but buying sets for pieces, unless you're going to use every piece in the set, you're pretty much actually spinning your wheels.
Well, you can buy clearance sets for pieces, but typically, unless there are figures that I want, or I want the set itself, I'm not buying many sets unless they're on clearance.
Well, yeah, I don't hardly buy. I mean, if I'm buying sets even on clearance, I'm buying them for, and I'm kind of buying them to maybe give away or whatnot. So I'm not really buying them for. Okay, well, that's not good.
Well, we got to get to bed.
Okay.
Bedtime. We figure we'd pop on for a little while.
Sounds good.
All right, but you guys have a wonderful evening.
Sounds good. We'll catch you later.
You too. Have a good night.
Oh,
Bye, Reed.
yeah.
Bye, Jesse.
Take care.
Take care. Let's see. I think I built this wrong. I built something wrong. I was like that. I mean, I got to do it that way because it won't work the other way. It only works a certain way. We lost the person that was keeping us awake.
Yeah.
Oh, well. If I fall asleep, we'll just turn it into a snore vibe session. Made famous by none other than Brick Vibe. I guess he must have fallen asleep on a stream. I think the only one I ever kind of fell asleep was that part of that 72-hour stream I helped with or whatever.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Otherwise, I fall asleep at shows. That's where I tend to fall asleep. There's plenty of pictures floating around the internet of where I've fallen asleep actually at a show. A lot of the shows out in Colorado, I'd be like up all night prepping stuff, and I still wouldn't even use half of it, but I'd prep all night. And then you'd find me asleep under the table. You can kind of see whose legs are. Oh, is that Reed? What the heck is he doing there? I'd be like, yep, I'd be like asleep under the table. I mean, actually, I've mastered the art of sleeping while sitting up,
Oh, yeah.
Put on a pair of sunglasses and away I go. I think someone else has mastered that too.
When I was in the military, I actually found that I could sleep while standing up.
Huh.
You have to be really tired.
Well, yeah. Now standing up, leaning against something, or just standing up?
I was in line with a bunch of gear on. I mean, I might have, nudged into the guy in front of me a little bit, but other than that,
see, this is how I fall asleep. Here, hold on, let me make sure that reopens this picture here. What happened there? There we go. So this is how I fall asleep, and I have a friend who's mastered my top secret way of falling asleep there. Look at that.
Nice.
Chester on guard duty.
He's wide awake.
Yeah, I can tell. Can you tell? He's wide awake behind those sunglasses.
Or is he?
Poor Chester, throwing him under the bus. He's not here to defend himself. He's upstairs somewhere. I don't know where he's at.
What?
Probably in the bedroom.
He's probably...
He's taking a break.
Yeah.
He's getting ready. He's getting psyched for his exercise debut series that's probably coming around later this fall. Yeah.
Ooh. Exercise, huh?
Yeah, he's got to try and get people psyched for doing exercise. I'm not sure why, but
good luck with that.
it is
Some people are excited more than others.
He is a stuffed squirrel, I mean his push-ups and sit-ups are gonna be pretty awesome,
Yeah.
I'm hoping he doesn't end up sabotaging my exercises by sitting around drinking soda, doing lame push-ups while I'm doing all the really hard exercises. It just sounds like something Chester. It just sounds like something Chester would do.
Yep. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
That's okay. He'd say it if he was here. He'd say, "Oh yeah. You don't think I'm gonna get away with as much as I can? I'm gonna have all the fun and make my master Reed do all the work." That is how it goes. Let's see here. I think this is kind of starting to make shape here a little bit. Maybe. Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking with the cemetery. It's kind of making sense now.
Are you gonna bring that to the meeting for show and tell tomorrow?
It's
Sunday.
So, well, probably not. Depends on if I actually do more to it. tomorrow. But I will try to at least bring it to the show later this month, I would think. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I honestly, I really had, and I still might kind of go with it a little bit. So, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So, in the movie, there's a cemetery scene of the model of the town. And so they go down and where they actually have to dig up Beetlejuice from his grave in the model of the town. And it's kind of funny because they're digging up like foam and like cardboard and like there's all these funny layers and it almost you could actually do it pretty decent in Lego. So I was kind of thinking of maybe doing that.
That would be kind of cool.
Just kind of a little scene, a cemetery scene with a little mound with like kind of digging down and have it be like Beetlejuice's, grave. So, yeah.
Did you pick up the Dimensions kit with Beetlejuice?
I did not. I would love if you have one. If you have a Beetlejuice, I would definitely be interested in it.
No, let me.
That would definitely complete that whole idea, and that would be awesome if you did. And I guess I'm just a big Tim Burton fan, but I also wanted to do a Edward Scissorhands mansion. Like the mansion on the hill. I think that would be really cool.
This guy here?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Well,
that is it. Yeah, it's a Dimensions one, right? Yeah.
I have one. So I might have to loan you Beetlejuice, maybe.
I would be all right with that. What do those go for? For just the Beetlejuice.
Well, you know what? I'm actually 10 steps ahead of you. I'm actually looking right now. Huh. Our pal Brick Vibe has 95 of them for $3.99 each. And you know what's even more funny? You know what's even funny about that?
What?
Brick Vibe store is Brick Vibe is located in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah?
He's up in Wausau, yeah.
That does sound familiar.
I think I talked about it a couple times. I think I wanted to go up and visit him one of these times and lend a hand, it's that kind of thing. With his Lego sorting. Yeah, he moved from Tennessee to Wisconsin. His partner found a good warehouse or something with the right price up in there. So that's good. Now we know where we can get some extra Beetlejuices if you need to have more than one Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
If he's got some maybe evil twins that are going to come out and wreak some havoc.
Well, it's still I'll have to check that out.
Yep, just let me know.
Again,
Him and I are pretty tight.
yeah. Yeah, because at least it'd be nice to borrow yours, but if I could buy my own and possibly get a few other parts that I desperately need, I would definitely check out that store. So
Yeah, he's got a fair amount of stuff. I think he even had some. He still does. I should look and see. He had some parts I was looking for in a while. Let's see. Trans black. Yeah, see, he still has. Oh yeah, he's got 9,800 1x1 trans black plates, and he's got over 2,000 of the 1x2s. So, oh yeah, he's got stuff.
yeah.
He's got stuff that you might need for whatnot. Parts out a little bit more sets than we probably do. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of the dimension kits I keep. They're actually rather organized right now in my storage, and I still don't know how accurate the count is, but because I want to say I kept finding other ones in other boxes and stuff as I was.
Okay. What? I'm sorry. What store did you say that was?
Brick Vibe.
Brick Vibe. Yes.
All one word. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just tell him Reed sent you. Hope Castle sent you to buy pieces. He'll be like, what? I says, yeah, you don't join on the live stream, but we decided. Actually used to do building live with Brick Vibe on Thursday nights on YouTube.
Huh.
He's actually kind of had to take a break to get more caught up with business and stuff. So. Yeah, it usually interfered with bowling. I'm kind of glad he doesn't have it this year. I've actually been bowling very good this year, so not really missing it too much. I did listen to Brick and Nick on Twitch last week, but this week I didn't. I actually went and looked real quick, but I didn't actually stay in because I just figured I'd pay attention to bowling a little bit more this week for whatever
Brick
reason.
Vibe. There we go. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he is the largest Bricklink seller in the world.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's quite the.
Yeah, he worked pretty hard to get to that level.
Transit.
Huh?
8.5 million parts. Is that?
Probably right.
8.5 million parts. That's what he's got listed as. He's got 8.5 million parts available. Or parts or sets or like.
Oh yeah, I mean well, like you said, at one point he had worked really hard to get to that level.
That's impressive. Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, well, actually, someone looks like has beat. Someone took over number one. Magic Magnus new upload, wherever that guy's at, has 9.3. But he was the largest for a while.
It's still
this guy's in Germany, so. And the German guys, I think, have access to the Legoland parks. Now with Lego reacquiring that, it'll be interesting to see if that stays the case. I guess we'll see. for years for the last few years we've heard that they definitely get I guess more piece. They get sometimes orders directly from whatever's available through like the guys at Legoland and such. So I don't know if that's true. What we've heard, the rumors. So yeah, usually he's got some good stuff. I mean, there's lots of sellers out there. I mean, I know a bunch, and so some aren't always the cheapest, some aren't always the fastest, but each seller's got their good and their bad. So you just gotta,
Yep. Yeah. And I usually try to get as local as possible.
Well, usually too, if you're building under a constraint too, you're going to try and build as fast as you can too. So you need to get it as quick as you can. So
yeah, and rarely am I looking for some obscure part that is like only exists in Germany and or something like you can only get it in this weird part of the country because
I've done that a little bit. When I was working on the jetpack, some of the parts were only, the only people had the sets that were parting them out were in Europe. They weren't, nobody in the U.S. was
right. Yeah,
parting out that set. It happens once in a while, not all the time.
I'm sure it happens, but usually when I'm, ordering stuff, it's not anything too crazy yet. I've been trying to limit myself a little bit, and try to do fairly easy to come by parts that are local to me. And
yeah, I mean the goal would be to get. I mean, I almost would like to get my organization a little bit better to the point where I could actually bring a few of the lug members over to the warehouse where I'm at. But we'll see.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, I am pretty happy. I'm not done sorting yet, but I'm pretty happy with where I'm at now. We just went through a big sort and did a lot of
it's my next project.
Yeah.
Lots of sorting.
A lot of things by piece and by color, like yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of very finite, it's really hard to sort Lego sometimes, especially
well, like Kevin had told me the best way to kind of sort would be like, start by type. So like I have bins of slopes, I got bins of, this and that.
And I started out with color, and the color was getting too overwhelming. So I decided to start sorting by type. But since I already had a lot of it sorted by color, I kind of just did the whole next step and did everything by part and color. So we would sort all the colored bins and be like, okay, here's all the slopes, here's all the plates, here's all the brick, yada, yada, yada. And then keep those in a section and then be like, all right, well, here's the next color, plates, slopes, bins, tiles, all that shit, so ended up being all that stuff is together in bags in one like box now, like basically one tote. So it's like if I want plate, I go to this one bin and there's like a whole like bags and bags and bags of every different color of plate. So it makes it a bit easier to really find anything that you want, like way more than it used to be. So and we sorted through all of our big bulk bin too. That I had a giant 30 5-gallon or whatever tub full of just bulk shit. And that was even sorted through like multiple times and just kept adding more and more into it of smaller stuff and stuff like that. So, yeah, went through that whole bin of that even. So almost everything besides of all these weird half projects that I would try to put things aside and like, oh, I want to do this and then never do anything with it. Like I still have some of those bins off to the side that need to get sorted really thoroughly yet, but it's I feel like 90% of the collection that isn't being used in other crap is sorted now. So
Momentarily, correct?
momentarily, and 90% is probably more like 80%, honestly.
Yeah.
But
Brick
like-
Freak was asking what you were building. I told him you were working on a cemetery.
oh yes, yeah. Let me pull up.
I hid the chat. Well, I had made the mistake of hiding the chat again. You know me. I'm so good at that.
Oh yes. Yeah, I haven't been looking at the chat at all yet.
Oh, there's my door. Ooh, door. Kind of okay. Wow. Whew. I have fallen asleep in my chair. That could be bad.
That wouldn't be good, especially on a stream.
Especially since I'm controlling it. You'd be just
Yeah,
like,
right.
well, folks.
All of a sudden, 10
Well,
hours
folks,
later.
good news, folks. Reed set it for a 6-hour meeting. So, good news. You only have to watch another
3 hours of him sleeping.
enjoy it. I would, but no, I'm gonna let him crash and burn. That's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, so
Oh, you gotta quit with the yawning.
oh, I'm probably gonna have to end the stream here. Probably.
I know. I think you started off the stream yawning, and
It's been I mean, obviously, I didn't get enough sleep because I actually overslept anyways, and so,
it happens.
and then I went out to my storage, and I think I kind of sat down and kind of fell asleep a little bit more. Or kept drifting. So, but.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. I'm gonna either require a couple more parts, or I should just call it a night.
What? Well, we can probably do that here soon. Anyways, I'm almost on my car. Sometimes
I don't know. Unless Brick Freak is gonna come on and like keep us awake, that would be great.
I don't think that would be. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think usually he's about ready to about crash about this time too.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of on our own, I think. So let's see, we got this guy. It's fine. I might kill it here in a little bit anyways.
Yeah.
Like I said, once I finish my car, which I'm maybe about 5-10 minutes away, we'll just probably call it. And kind of, if nothing else, take a nap for maybe some super late night gaming tonight. We'll see. Been playing that Conquest of the New World lately, and I got 4 towns. I've been taking over different people's cities. I love it. Just kicking butt and taking names, you know. So that, and actually what's wild is I started building this car. I'm like, oh, you know what? I've got one of these built because I actually had it in one of the early Hope Castles at Brickworld, where I actually had it, had some of the castle guys, I think, driving in it or something, maybe. This one's probably the better of all of them. It's pretty big. I mean, it's definitely, you know, a couple hundred pieces. Is it actually 278, and it's probably all 278 in the car. And so it's a lot of pieces, but it's 10 wide, or 8 wide. Is it 8 wide, 10 wide? Let's see. It's
Let's see. Yeah.
2, 4, 6,
8 wide.
Oh, 2, 4, 6. It's 10. It's 10 wide. So it's actually a little wider because it's got a little bit more stuff in it. I mean, there's a little bit more. Thing is, though, did they really do that? That's messed up. Or did I build it wrong?
Uh-oh.
Why would they have? Oh, that's right. It's kind of crazy. They got like the main part of the seat, like the seat back is like right. You'd have to probably take that out because you can't sit in there otherwise. So they just have like the part of the roof that holds the roof is like right, you know, it's like it'd be like if you're sitting in your chair in your vehicle, but just take away like half of your seat and put like a really sharp object just digging into your back on your one shoulder and be like, well, this isn't
great.
Huh?
That sounds great.
Yeah, so there we go. There's another car. Another car bites at us. We're gonna switch to mellow yellow to try and stay awake.
I love things digging into my back when I'm trying to drive.
There you go. There's another vehicle down. Well, folks, I think we're gonna call it tonight. It's kind of, a couple of the streams aren't quite as long as they could be, but you know, hey, we all can't have monstrous streams. And as we get closer to the bad weather, they'll start to get better and longer and all that. So
yeah, it's getting there.
Chad, it's so far so good. I mean, I'm moving a lot of stuff in there. I need to organize some. I mean, I've got a pile by the door. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a good picture of the pile. Let's see here. So let's see here. We've got, and as you know, as Bricksmith would say, he's probably going to be a little upset. There's a bunch of pink buckets sitting there below. So I've got a pile which looks like a clearance section of sets right in the middle. Another pile, and then to the left of that picture, or whatever left of that, there's a bunch of bins and boxes, and those are full of sets. You know, those are the bins of sorted pieces of somewhat. Those are the bins of all the unsorted pieces, and then of course underneath that pile of see, where we go. There's all the stuff by one of the doors there. There's a bunch of boxes, and you know, Hoosier wouldn't know what that stuff is on the top there because he gave word of all those poly bags, but those 3 under the bed containers and those boxes are all poly bags. So yeah, I got to stuff. Well, you know, I built 5 sets tonight. So I mean, you know, I don't know how many sets everybody's building during their what do you call it? What what is that pile that Kevin keeps talking about? They're a pile of extra sets. They're I'm truly having a brain fart. They're backlog. So my backlog is huge. I built 5 tonight, so and some of it's going to get sold. The city sets won't. The city sets will probably get built for a city. Can you believe it? At some point here in the future. So that's good. It's good. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I might have to get a little. Yeah, I do have a little bit of shame pile. Yeah, it's a well. my shame pile is 1,500 sealed Lego sets and 1,500 poly bags. But you know what? Well, actually, the sets are probably about right because I probably have added a little bit and taken away. So, but I mean, you know, in the end, I mean, I was buying faster than I could build when I worked for Lego. I mean, then once I started working on the castle, I really wasn't building sets, and so. I mean, the streaming has helped because, I mean, I got sets scattered all over the place here. And the only reason I'm building sets is I know I've got room over there to maybe add shelves. I might end up taking, you know, like they sell the five shelf white shelves at Home Depot. I might buy a couple of those and just go like 10 high and just make sure I have a good 3-foot or 4-foot ladder over there and just have built sets just skied in there, you know. So we'll see. I mean, it's you know, I mean, I needed it to get organized, and a lot of it might in the end, if I'm not going to use it in a city, might be like what Kevin just gets parted into the collection, but I need to have the collection sorted enough to where putting it into the collection is relatively easy. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, like we joke about Hoosier's got a second house for his. I mean, it just means all this stuff, all the castle bins and all that stuff is all going to be over there at some point. I mean, once all the stuff from storage gets over there and I can start organizing, all this stuff will go over there. So definitely by holiday season, my mom has this back. And then I have to look at, what do you have for service for internet? Jesse, do you have Charter or do you have
Charter?
You have Charter?
Yeah.
I have to see who offers DSL around here. Cause I mean, I don't think Charter's over in that building. So I'll have to figure out who offers DSL. Maybe is that TDS? Is TDS the DSL? I mean, that's all I really need. 1 gig fiber internet. Ooh, that might be excessive, but. I think that's what I think I'm seeing that, which is kind of funny is, you know, phone for the longest time has been going over their copper, and Comcast keeps rebuilding their network and sending fiber. And now all of a sudden over the last, I don't know, 5 years plus, I mean, you're starting to see phone probably suddenly going, maybe we need to upgrade our network. Yeah, you think? You think copper's finally starting to give it up and not being as good as it used to be? Okay, that would make sense. Oh, I don't need the 1 gig. 50 meg, 100 meg, 50 meg. I mean, and I remember when I used to have 1 meg, and that was plenty back.
I had dial up.
Well, dial up was a long time ago.
I lived in the country and I had to deal with dial-up for a long time before, you know.
Yes. Yes, Chad. Jesse is built cemetery. Yes, he is. Graveyard, cemetery, same thing. Yeah.
Well, I think I am done for the night. So,
okay,
call in the night.
14 baud. Yeah, I have that too. I had that back when I had my Commodore. I had all that stuff. Actually, what's funny is I found my creative stuff, my Sound Blaster, my Foam Blaster, and my Modem Blaster instructions. There's a picture somewhere. Okay, I think we're gonna call it for tonight.
Yeah, great. See you Sunday, right?
Sunday, yeah.
Yep. All right. Take care.
You bet. All right, Chad. Everybody probably not everybody probably wants to get on now, but I mean, I'm beat now, so we will call it quits for this episode of Friday Night Bricks. Hopefully, as I get the move done and everything, we will start maybe going later again. I mean, I need to probably look and see what I can get over there, and then maybe stream from over there. Might make more sense. Move everything over there, and that way I've got everything at my disposal. I can build just about everything. So we'll see. We gotta look at that and see what the pricing is on everything. So later, dude, Jude. Later, Chad. Later, Pops Block, Brick Freak, M Lego. See you guys. We'll see you guys next week.